I want to show you this little device that Ceptics sent to me. It has the same wattage of all these combined. It can power up to 5 devices at once, and you can travel with it internationally. I've been using Ceptics international travel adapters for years, so when they asked me if I want to do a sponsored video checking out their brand new Gallium Nitride NanFuse 65 watt USB-C power strip adapter, I said that's a tongue twister, and of course, yes. We're gonna be checking it out and testing it out in this video, and I'll make sure to put a link in the description below so you can take a look for yourself. First off, let's do a quick overview. The NanFuse is a 1.4 by 1.4 inch square that is 3.75 inches long. From there, the dimensions will vary slightly based on what you put in this little adapter piece, which we'll talk about in a second. It can power up to 5 devices at once. It has a standard USA grounded outlet and a standard USA non-grounded outlet, as well as 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. The NanFuse can take up to 750 watts in, and I really hope with this little thing you're not gonna power anything close to that with these outlets. The USB ports can provide up to 65 watts of power, supporting Quick Charge 3.0 and power delivery. Now, let's not skim over this really quick because this is quite a bit of a feat right here. To put that in perspective, that is 13 of the Apple 5 watt adapters, or 5.5 of the Apple 12 watt adapters, or even their new 20 watt adapter from Apple, that is 3.25 of these. Now, how do they get all that in this little space, plus have room for 2 outlets? That is that gallium nitride technology. If you want to get in the weeds and you're curious how that power breaks down between different combinations and usages of these USB ports, I'm gonna flash the table up right now. You can pause on. All right, let's move on. I tested the NanFuse with all these little devices, and I'll spare you the details, and it does what it's supposed to. I also tested it charging up the iPhone 12 Pro against the Apple 20 watt adapter, and both of them charge at the max rate, so it does all the things. There are a ton of different combinations of devices that you can power and charge with it. Let's talk about that little slot at the top that I touched on earlier in the video. The NanFuse ships with one grounded USA plug, and that slides right into that slot from the top, and it snaps into place and locks into place with that lock on the top. Now to get it out, because it's locked into place, you just slide that over, slide it out, and you're good to go. It also ships with a nice 5-foot extension cable, which is handy definitely if you're gonna plug a bunch of things in here at times, and that slides in the top just the same way, and it's gonna lock into place. Now, why I like this combo a lot is because if I'm traveling, what I could do is put this extension cord in my larger bag and then put the NanFuse with just the little plug on it in my backpack, and I have every combination with me. It's very portable. I'm excited to get back to traveling again, and let me know in the comments below, where is your favorite place to travel? In addition, this works with the Ceptics ecosystem, so if you're outside of the United States and you need an adapter, I have a bunch of them already, but you can pick these up online, and I'll put a link in the description below to those as well. You can pick up the one you need, it will slide into that exact same spot on there, lock into place, and you're good to go. One important note that we need to make while using this internationally is that this is an adapter and not a converter. That means the voltage that you plug it into coming out of the wall is the same voltage that you'll see on these 2 plugs. So make sure your devices are compatible with the voltage coming out of the wall before you plug them in here whenever you're doing that. Now the USB ports are different because there is a power supply in here that accepts from 100 volts to 240 volts, 50 hertz, 60 hertz, which covers everywhere I can think of in the world, so you should be good to go with those USB ports. If you're looking for something similar to the NanFuse, but a little bit different, maybe larger, always corded for the US, has maybe more plugs on it, maybe another USB port, there are some other variants that I'll put a link to in the description below as well.